So today, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating territories you can possibly imagine, and that is our own minds. And our guide for this journey is going to be a map drawn by the brilliant psychologist Carl Jung as we dive into the hidden world of the unconscious.
All right, let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever had a gut feeling that went against all logic, but it turned out to be completely right? Or maybe you felt that no matter how much you plan and try to control your life, there's just something essential missing. If any of that sounds familiar, you've already bumped into the exact problem that fascinated Carl Jung.
And this is really where Jung's whole body of work kicks off, with a diagnosis of what he saw as the fundamental problem of our modern world. See, Jung argued that our modern, super-rational lives have basically forced a dangerous split right down the middle of our psyche. We've become so obsessed with what we can see and measure and control that we've totally lost touch with a much deeper, more instinctual part of who we are. And he believed this split is the real root of so much of our anxiety and our feeling that something's just off.
Think of it like two sides of a coin. On one side, you've got your conscious life, all your logic, your to-do lists, your sense of control over your day. But on the other side, there's this vast, unconscious world of instinct, mystery, wisdom, and all these hidden feelings. For Jung, being psychologically healthy, what he called wholeness, is all about building a bridge between these two realms. So that brings up a really important question, right? If there's this huge hidden part of us, how does it even talk to us? It's not like it sends emails or text messages. Well, this is where we get into the very unique language of our own inner world.
And here's the absolute key to understanding this. The unconscious doesn't think in a logical, step-by-step way like our conscious mind does. Its native language is the language of images, of feelings, of symbols. It communicates through a kind of psychological poetry, not a technical manual.
So what is a symbol in the Jungian sense? Well, it's way more than just a picture. It's an image that points toward a mystery, something our rational mind can't quite pin down. It's absolutely loaded with energy and a sense of meaning that you feel much more than you can actually explain.
Let's just look at the difference here, because it's huge. A sign is simple. It has one fixed meaning. A stop sign means stop. End of story. But a symbol, like a snake, well, that's totally different. A snake could mean danger, sure, but it could also mean healing or transformation or rebirth all at the same time. It's rich, it's ambiguous, and it's emotionally charged.
Okay, so if the unconscious is speaking to us in these powerful symbols, where do we actually run into them most often? For Jung, the answer was crystal clear, and it's a place that we all visit every single night.
You know how we tend to think of dreams as just random, weird brain static? For Jung, nothing could be further from the truth. He saw dreams as purposeful, intentional messages coming from the deepest parts of ourselves. They are the raw, unfiltered, natural voice of the unconscious mind.
And dreams have a very specific job, what Jung called the compensatory function. Basically, they help us find balance. So let's say your conscious life has become way too one-sided. Maybe you're always playing it safe, avoiding every risk. Well, your unconscious might cook up a dream where you're climbing a terrifying mountain or flying without a plane. It's not a literal instruction, right? It's a symbolic nudge, trying to restore your psychological balance. It's your psyche's own natural self-healing system at work.
But, and this is so important, you can't just go look up what a dream means in some book. Jung was absolutely firm about this. The symbols in your dream are deeply personal to you. The meaning of a snake in your dream is tied to your life, your memories, your fears, your hopes. It's your message, written in your own private symbolic language.
Okay, so we know the unconscious speaks in symbols, and it does that mainly through our dreams. Now let's zoom out and actually look at the map of this inner territory. Where are these messages even coming from?
Jung didn't see the unconscious as just one big, messy basement in our minds. No, he saw it as having a pretty clear structure, with two major layers that every single one of us has.
So the first layer is the personal unconscious. The easiest way to think about this is like your own private archive. It's filled with everything you've ever forgotten, impulses you shoved down, and all those little things you noticed out of the corner of your eye but never consciously registered. It's all the material that is totally unique to your life story.
But then, beneath that personal layer lies something much, much deeper and way more profound, the collective unconscious. And honestly, this was one of Jung's most mind-blowing ideas. He suggested that we are all born with a shared inherited psychic foundation, a kind of universal library of human experience that contains the fundamental patterns and instincts of our entire species.
And what are these universal patterns? Well, Jung called them archetypes. These are like the original blueprints for our feelings and our behaviors. You already know them, even if you don't realize it. Think about the hero on a journey, the nurturing mother, the dark shadow, the wise old man, or the chaotic trickster. We see these characters pop up in myths, religions, fairy tales, and movies across every culture because, according to Jung, they are literally hardwired into our collective human mind.
So, we've looked at the language of the unconscious, we've looked at the map, but why does any of this really matter? What's the ultimate point of exploring this vast inner world anyway?
And here's the crucial point. This is not about waging a war against your inner self. It's not about defeating your instincts or shutting your dreams up. The goal is connection. It's about opening up a respectful, ongoing conversation between your conscious self and the incredible wisdom of your unconscious.
This whole lifelong process of building that bridge, of learning to listen to those symbols from the deepest parts of yourself, it has a name: individuation. For Jung, this is the whole point of life, to become who you truly are. Not some perfect person, but a whole, complete, and authentic individual who has integrated all the different parts of their psyche, both the light and the dark.
So, when you get right down to it, Jung's message is incredibly optimistic. This hidden world inside all of us, it's not some terrible monster lurking in the depths waiting to get us. It's a source of wisdom, creativity, and guidance. It's a partner in the amazing project of becoming ourselves.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to take with you if you really started to listen. I mean, really listen to your dreams, to your gut feelings, to those weird little hunches. What message do you think might be waiting there for you? What is your unconscious trying to tell you?